Diagnosis day, he was 2 years old.
I was diagnosed when I was 5. I had a germ cell tumor in my ovary.
My youngest son was diagnosed with a brain tumor about 5 years ago, and our social worker introduced us to this Teddy Bear Cancer Foundation, and that's how I came to know what they were and what they were about.
Diagnosis day for me was very weird, and it wasn't even confusing at that point. It was almost like having an out-of-body experience. Like, there is no way that this is happening to me.
I was diagnosed when I was 16 with soft tissue synovial sarcoma. And not only did we find out that I had cancer, we also found out in order to save my life, I needed to have a mid-calf amputation.
My diagnosis was ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and I was diagnosed in 2009.
He was having fevers. He was super pale. He was sleeping a lot. He was just completely lethargic. Then he started having trouble breathing. And I didn't know what to do.
I remember my dad picked me up and said, "Your sister's in the hospital. She just had an emergency surgery. They took out the tumor right then and there, started chemotherapy the next day." Our lives changed. You never forget that day. Yes. Ever.
I was expecting a phone call from his doctor, and he told me, there's something on his brain. You guys need to go down to LA ASAP. And I just fell to my knees. And I cried and I cried.
When the doctors came into the room to tell me my diagnosis, the first thing I asked them was, is my hair gonna fall off? So I was concerned about how I was gonna look.
I really didn't want cancer to define me at that time. And it was really hard to get away from it because it was everything. Like, it was my entire life.
They took his temperature, and his temperature had gone down significantly, but they were taking his temperature on his head, and I kept telling them, no, touch his body, touch his body. His body was like on fire. Sure enough, his temperature was 104. The doctor finally came back inside. He said it could be either a really bad blood infection or it could be leukemia. Are you crying? Maybe. Oh. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So it's just, as a mom, as a wife, it was hard. It was really hard.
Obviously, you hear the word cancer and, you don't think anything positive.
My husband and I would lay in bed at night and hold each other's hand and just say, there's not anyone in this world that understands what we're going through right now. Just us.
My treatments were at Cottage Hospital. I had chemo 22 hours a day for 7 days straight. So my mom quit her job. We basically lived in the hospital for a week at a time.
We up and left everything. We left our house, we left our jobs, we left everything, and just our lives were completely thrown upside down after that.
5 years ago, when I was first introduced to Teddy Bear Cancer Foundation, they immediately stuck out to me because they weren't just a check in the mail. They were people that cared and people that understood what I was going through. They empathized with me and my family and my sons and my husband, and that made a huge impact.
When I was in the hospital, I met Nikki. At the time, she was Nikki Simon. Now she's Nikki Katz. And she found out that I liked to sing, and she wanted to help cheer my family up and cheer me up, and wanted to get something that I sang on the radio just to make me smile. One thing led to another. It was basically that studio session was, I think, 2 days before my amputation surgery. She made this incredible distraction, and I was able to have like the best day ever.
What drove me to apply for a job at Teddy Bear Cancer Foundation was when I attended a few of the counseling sessions, and I got to meet other parents, and I realized that I wasn't as alone as I thought, and my husband wasn't as alone as he thought.
I mean, you know, the one that I remember that I can off the top of my head right now is the gingerbread house making party that they would have. They would bring pizza, and it was just an amazing distraction. And the family fun day. We loved the family fun day.
But I think it's like through all the teddy bear like events, like I felt like a normal kid, you know? When I went to school, like back in kindergarten, I would get bullied for not having hair. Well, I mean, a 5-year-old doesn't really know what cancer is. But when we went to like the gingerbread events and all the family fun days, like I just felt like a normal kid, you know? Everyone else like was going through some of this, we all had different stuff, but we all were going through the same thing. We all know what kind of pain we were going through.
Teddy Bear would always give me gifts for me and my brother. And for Christmas, they would bring me a Christmas tree and goodies for my parents to cook and stuff.
Just imagine a 5-year-old with the biggest smile on her face on Christmas morning when she had a humongous stack of presents, you know, right in front of her from all the donors who donated.
Without Teddy Bear, we wouldn't have been able to get through our journey. They were there for us when we absolutely had nowhere to turn to. They have been such a tremendous part of our lives, not just financially, but emotionally, that I don't know where we would be without them.
I've been at Teddy Bear Cancer Foundation for almost a year now, and I love what I do because I know what impact it makes on families, and that makes me feel good. That helps me get through my day.
I tell people, like, my experience with Teddy Bear has given more to me than I could ever possibly give to Teddy Bear.
Since I was small, I wanted to do something in the medical field, so I'm very thankful, and I accepted Cottage's offer. So I'll be working as a phlebotomist at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital starting next month.
So I will be graduating tonight from high school and going to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and majoring in biomedical engineering.
I think the reason that I still love working at Teddy Bear Cancer Foundation after all of this time is being a part of the growth of the organization. We're launching some great programs this year, and we have some amazing ideas that have come from our families for future years, and we're gonna work towards them.
I think the most valuable thing that Teddy Bear has given me is that it was able to completely turn around the most negative and challenging thing that's ever happened in my life and basically create something beautiful out of it.
So since Elijah's diagnosis, we've changed a lot in how we live our day-to-day life. We don't take anything for granted. We want to show our boys that this world is way bigger than cancer.
One of the things that we really pride on and encourage our children is to see that it's important to give back to others and not just to receive. We're supposed to be here, and that's what we're here for, is to be able to give back to our community, our people. As of this year, Eli is cancer-free.
Eli, how did it feel to ring that bell? I felt really happy. I feel like I accomplished something. Finally say that I officially beat cancer.